So this is Overlord Dark Legend, which is the Wii version of Overlord. It's an entirely new Overlord game for Wii. We're not porting an old 360 game. The timeline for this game, this takes place as a prequel to the events of the original 360 game. So it's an entirely new storyline based around fairy tales and sort of twisted round in a real sort of a dark, fantastical way, as you'd expect from Overlord. Now, the level we're on here, this is sort of the second main level of the second proper level of the game. So I'm just being introduced to my minions and the different operations. Now, what we've done with Overlord Dark Legend is we wanted to make a real gamer's game on Wii, a real kind of hardcore experience, and to do that you build a Wii game exactly with the controller as the very first thing you work on. It's the most important thing, because the big advantage of a Wii as a system is that it just gives you these control possibilities that connect you as a player much more to the experience of playing a game. You saw it with sort of Wii Sports in a very sort of simplistic fashion of how cool the bowling and the golf and everything was felt on that, and we want to take that feeling of sucking the game more into the experience and apply that to Overlord. So the way we do that is we use as you can see as I'm moving the pointer around on screen here. The minions, if I hold down my B button, the minions will chase the pointer around the landscape. So it's very direct, kind of, I am the Overlord, I'm pointing the minions to a specific place and telling them to go and do something. So if you see over here, we've got a wheel behind this rainbow. I can just send 4 minions to that, they'll turn that wheel, and the minions will drop down that drawbridge that's there. I can also tell the Overlord to station some red minions up on this platform here, and they can red minions will range attack there's the bandits up there on the hill, so I can cross over here a little bit more easily. One over here, again send my brown minions in, get involved myself if I like. So that's the real kind of strength of Overlord Wii, is that we're using the direct pointer to really kind of make the player feel like he is the Overlord. He is in this role, he's doing this stuff. Now, for players that are familiar with Overlord, and for those that aren't, now Overlord's a game about destruction and sending these little minion characters around to destroy things. The benefit of doing that is as they're breaking all this stuff in the environment, they'll find swords, they'll find armor, they'll find crazy hats, just stuff that levels them up and kind of makes them better fighters and makes them look cool. Now, they've always had this kind of this costume dress-up kind of gameplay in Overlord, but with the way that the camera works in the original 360 versions, you never really got to see it firsthand. So with the Wii version, we're giving the player the ability to reach into his horde, snatch up the minions, and have a real good look at them. And there's a secondary benefit to this as well, in that you see I'm getting attacked there by a guy throwing ninja stars. By shaking the Wii remote as I'm grabbing the minion, I shake the minion up so he starts laughing, maniacally, and he'll run off like a suicide bomber and he'll explode. And I can use him to kill enemies, and also I can use them to take down this spike barrier that's down there. But so we kill these bandits off, and we'll get to that. Now, as I kind of touched on previously, this isn't a port of the 360 game. This is an entirely new story. We've used the same writer and Rhianna Pratchett. We're using the same voice actors, just to make this a real kind of real hardcore, real credible Overlord experience. All the humour is the same tone as it was in the 360 version. We've not dumbed it down for Wii. As you can see from this, we've not made a kind of cel-shaded, big-headed kind of shake the Wii remote, the game plays itself type game. We wanted to stay true to what was cool about Overlord. So that's what we've done, and we're also very conscious that the visual style of the original game on 360 was very distinctive, very bright, and we just wanted to apply that to the Wii. And the guys at Climax, who are our development partners on this project, have just done an absolutely amazing job, kind of visuals-wise. To my mind, obviously I'm biased, but I just don't think there's a game on Wii that looks as good as this. Let's send some more minions down to kick this guy in. As I was saying before, you can also shake the minions up to use them to blow up these barriers. The advantage there is that those spike barriers there, if I attack them with the Overlord and with the minions themselves, the Overlord and the minions take damage, and obviously I want to avoid that. Let's just take these guys down. I'll show you some of the cool stuff that the Wii remote gives us. If I go into my spell select screen, I've got this this energy spike spell, but rather than just shooting the spell out in a straight line, I've got full FPS style aiming over this spell. Because again, it empowers me more as a player. It makes me feel more like the Overlord to know that I can be shooting my lightning all around the screen, doing all this cool stuff. We're also using the sort of an FPS kind of style game camera optionally for the player, so the player can look around as you would do in an FPS. Again, we just wanted to address the criticism of the original Overlord game that people play a third-person action game like this and they expect to have camera control, and that was our way of solving it for Wii. Just using the Wii remote to give as much control as possible. Now, I keep labouring the point about it not being a port, but again, let me show you kind of some of the cool stuff we're doing in terms of level construction to make this game work with the Wii controls.